Hi everyone, welcome to another episode on the Inside Life and Godliness channel. My name is Norm Ioma and you're welcome to this lovely channel where we talk on faith and lifestyle. Today we'll be continuing a topic we started last week on how it is not that deep. That is like the common lingua for the power of subtlety. How that the devil has made things that have spiritual implications, things that have deep eternal relevance and impact, how he has simplified them and trivialized them and made them to not look as heavy or as weighty as they should be. And this is the power of subtlety, right? Now, let me try and give an example. There is something known as conditioning and exposure. For example, if you're exposed to the number 6, you're exposed to it throughout a day. Because your mind has kept on seeing that number, when you're asked to say a number, the number that will automatically come to your mind is that number 6. Why? Because you've been open to it for a long time. Now, in the same way and manner, when something is continually exposed to you as being not so serious, as being something that is the worldly lifestyle and a common lifestyle. For example, all men cheat, whether married or unmarried, all men cheat. And so you harbor this kind of mindset. You go into your marriage thinking all men cheat. It doesn't matter whether there are people that stand on God's principles. It is your mindset that all men cheat, right? So it is in this same manner that the devil tries to condition people's minds towards him. Fornication is no longer fornication. It's not as deep as what the Bible says. I'm fornicating, the lady is lying, we're all sinning. After all, nobody holy. And so we make certain statements and we're made to trivialize things that the Lord sees as unholy, as the Lord sees as a desecration. So we must never use other people's standards to judge sin. Sin is sin in the eyes of God, regardless of the number of people that are doing it. Now, with this, it brings me to the point where Jesus continually emphasized the need to watch and pray. If you go through the Bible, in the book of Matthew 26 verse 41, in the book of Mark 13:33, in the book of Mark 14:38, in the book of Luke 21:36, you would always see Jesus emphasize the need for us to watch and pray, especially because we are in the end times. Now, the Lord has not kept us in darkness, or the Lord has not kept us in abyss with regards to the events of the end times. Everything that we're seeing going on now on the surface of the earth is something that has been prophesied concerning the end times. There would be lots and lots of impunity. People would sin anyhow. Men will be lovers of themselves, and a lot of things. This is just a clear evidence that we're in the end times, and scriptures do not lie. Prophecies are being fulfilled about the end time. If we're in the end time, there is therefore a need for us to watch and pray. And so this is why Jesus emphasizes this even in the New Testament. Watchfulness is that state of alertness. It is that state of discernment. It is that state of not slumbering, of not sleeping. It is that state of being sensitive and alert to whatever is going on in your surroundings. And this state of alertedness must be followed with prayers. So one is not supposed to be done devoid of the other. The both of them work hand in hand. If you're going to be watchful, then you must pray, because it is prayer that would help you to be more discerning. It is prayer that improves your discernment. You don't know, but you just feel like there is something off about this prophet. This prophet, yes, is giving some prophecies. The prophecies are coming to pass, but you just feel something off about this prophet. Your discernment is at work, and this is not being, we must be careful to draw the line between discernment and superstition or spookiness, right? So when you are watchful, this must be followed subsequently with prayers. Prayers heighten your discernment. Watchfulness drive you into the place of prayer. when you are watchful and you are sensitive and you see errors flying here and there, you see how men have perverted the gospel, you see how churches are using the gospel of Christ for merchandise, it drives you to your knee to pray to the Lord so that you as well will not fall away. Because he that endures to the end is that same person that will be saved. It's not he that started the race, it's he that finished the race. And so that state of watchfulness, that state of alertedness, that state of being sensitive to the leadings of the Spirit, to the end time activities, would consistently drive you to your knees, will consistently drive you into that place of seeking for the mercy of God and the grace of God and the help of God to keep you even till the end. Because this race that we're running, by strength shall no man prevail. By strength shall no man prevail. So, I'm talking to each and every one of us. If the devil has watered down this gospel, or if the devil has watered down sin, or if the devil has used the grace of God to baptize the meaning of sin for us, and so we feel like because there is grace in abundance, therefore we can sin in abundance. Romans 6 tells us that shall we continue to sin that grace may abound? God forbid. We will not thrive in sin because there is grace. Like I said in the previous episode, we must learn to be hard on sin if God was hard on sin. We must learn to discard whatever the Lord has called unholy. We must learn to turn our faces from the things that do not please the Lord if He has said that He does not please Him. Just like in the book of Psalm, where the psalmist was like, Lord, let me hate sin even as you have hated sin. And this is how we must also take the issue of sin. This is how we must also take the issue of the end times. If we want to spend eternity with the Lord, if we want to spend eternity with our Father, if we want all our sacrifices on earth here to count at last, then we must be willing to turn our faces away from sin. We must be willing to be sensitive to the leadings of God, to the leadings of the Spirit, to the activities around us in these end times. And we must go down constantly on our knees, seeking the face of the Lord and asking the Lord every single day for His mercy and His help, even to keep us. I pray that the Lord will help us to call sin as it is sin. I pray that the Lord will help us to remain holy, to stay in Him, to walk in Him, to fellowship with Him, to grow in Him, to desire Him, and to stay even till the end, because it is He that endures till the end that will be saved. Thank you so much. I hope you were blessed. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.